It's choco time. Donna Choco is here with a taste you love. Open for and enjoy the chocolatey ride. Choco 3 in 1. Taste it, love it. Donna Choco 3 in 1. I love it.
Introducing the new Dano Choco 3-in-1. It's tasty, creamy, and satisfying. Taste it, love it.
Wake up, it's choco time. Donna Choco is here with a taste you love. Just open for and enjoy the chocolatey ride. Choco 3 in 1. Taste it, love it. Donna Choco 3 in 1. I love it.
Introducing the new Dano Choco 3-in-1. It's tasty, creamy, and satisfying. Taste it, love it.
Wake up, it's choco.
Yes, it's another edition of Conversation on OLUYOLEFM 98.5 right in the city of Ibadan. Of course, yes, you know, conversation has to do with us bringing you stories from across the country, from the newspapers, the dailies, Tribune, Vanguard, The Punch is there. They are here, and we giving our own opinions and headlines. Talking about the headlines and views about these stories read to us, dished out to us from Oluyole 98.5 FM. We giving our own opinions, not the corporate views or opinions of the Broadcasting Corporation of Oyo State. And of course, networking with Okegun 96.3 FM and Agility 92.1 FM. And streaming live streaming Oluyole 98.5 FM. And of course, Facebook, you check us there, bcs.tv. All on the stables of the Broadcasting Corporation of Oyo State. Big back on this money, man. Of course, yes, like I said, stories make the rounds across the country and beyond the shores of the country. Now, some headlines are here. APC knockout day. 30 governors, 88 senators, 242 reps, 2,620 others no fit today. Party to release screening report today. Yilwatda reads out to aspirants. I'm ready to face aspirants beat Abiodun in primaries. That is according to Daniel. And Ogun East, APC endorses Abiodun for Senate. Of course, still talking politics, APC primaries consensus option shaky as 101 aspirants eye 28 giveback tickets. Kwara leads with 16 aspirants, Oyo 11. Yayi Amzad get challengers in Ogun, Lagos. And this one says, insecurity, Nigeria under siege. And 2027 polls, Makinde to declare presidential ambition, unveil PDP APM alliance. Yes, that's coming from Oyo State. And over 72 killed as military bombs Zamfara market. No civilian casualties was recorded. And xenophobic attacks, Nigerian lives more important than investment. That is according to former Governor Oshiomhole. We'll bring you details of those stories after this short timeout. Stay with us. Yes, the program is still Conversation, the Wednesday edition of the program on Oluyole FM 98.5 right here in the city of Ibadan. Now, yes, let's get down to business. APC primaries, consensus option shaky as 101 aspirants eye 28 Gilbert tickets. Yes, as Kwara leads with 16 aspirants, or your 11. Let's just go through some excerpts here. The consensus option embraced by the All Progressives Congress, APC, in choosing its gubernatorial candidates for 2027 poll is under threat, as 101 aspirants have officially indicated interest in the 28 available slots. All the aspirants purchasing the expression of interest and nomination forms to contest in the general elections. The governorship aspirants list put together by the national leadership of the party showed Kwara State with the largest number of 16 aspirants, jostling to succeed outgoing Governor Abdulrahman Abdulrazak, who is also the chairman of the Progressive Governors Forum. The state chapter of the party has been in turmoil since the alleged efforts to jettison the consensus option, which reportedly favored one of the senators currently representing the state. And coming close behind Kwara is Oyo with 11 aspirants, despite insinuation that the presidency might show preference for the senator representing Oyo South Sharafaddin Ali. Similar scenario is playing out in Ogun, where another senator, Solomon Olamilekan, popularly known as Yayi, with an open endorsement, is still a facing solo challenger in Abayomi Semako Hunye. And also, aside from Oyo State, where the president's preference is being challenged, is peak. In Lagos, incumbent Deputy Governor Obafemi Hamzat also has two challengers in Samuel Ajose and Larian King Kamal. And well, other aspirants in the Oyo APC race for the gubernatorial ticket are Abayomi Wasiu Adesina, Adebayo Adelabu. Yes, he was endorsed openly yesterday at the Liberty Stadium in Ibadan, and yes, it was just it was a pool of a large crowd. And others are Akim Agbaje, Adewale Kolapo Karim, Muiwa Agbadegeshin, Olamitan Raufu, Adewemi Fatai Buhari, and Bakari Usman. The party's primary election is slated for May 21. Well, I remembered when Governor President Tinubu, when the two aspirants, Sharafaddin Ali and Adebayo Adelabu, yes, they mentioned some words in a private radio station that it was President Tinubu that gave them the go-ahead, to contest in elections, talking about consensus. Sharafaddin Ali said so too. It was aired, it was replayed on that station. It was a private station. And President Tinubu now, his comments now said, you go to your constituencies, both of you go to your constituencies and arrange within yourselves, between yourselves, agree to have a candidate. The kind of political arrangement that is always been made. That means if you don't now agree, then go to direct primaries. Yes, direct primaries. That was what President Tinubu, allegedly said. Well, that is the situation in the APC now. Yes. Now, APC knockout day. 30 governors, 88 senators, 242 reps, 2,620 others, no fit today. Yes, like I read earlier, the party to release screening report today. You to other reads out act to aspirants. I'm ready to face any aspirant beat Abiodun in primaries. That they according to former Governor Gbenga Daniel. And Ogun East APC endorses Abiodun for Senate. Well, in Ogun State APC, the APC also endorsed Adelabu's governorship bid as he officially declares ambition, unveils development blueprint. Yes, that is according to governorship aspirant Adebayo Adelabu Kwenkele. And well, the occasion came up yesterday at the Liberty Stadium, and well, supporters just stormed the ground, and we'll see what that will, that will mean, and that will bring up. And yes, another political story here, which I am sure people will be wondering what is happening. Talking about the PDP here now. I'm talking about our Governor Seyi Makinde. Yes, barring any last-minute change, Governor Seyi Makinde of Oyo State is expected. Well, is expected. That is what we are hearing. We are not sure, but the information has come out somehow. Yes, he is expected to formally declare his presidential ambition on Thursday 14 during a political rally scheduled to hold at Makpo Hall in Ibadan. And the event called Unity Mega Rally Ibadan 2026 is expected to serve as the official launch of Governor Makinde's anticipated 2027 presidential bid, alongside the unveiling of a grand political alliance between the People's Democratic Party PDP and the Allied People's Movement APM, as well as candidates aligned with the emerging coalition being championed by the governor and his loyalists. And sources familiar with the development disclosed to the Vanguard yesterday that preparations for the rally have intensified amid growing political realignments within Oyo State and the wider southwest region. And several grassroots mobilizers, political associates and loyalists of Governor Seyi Makinde are reportedly making strategic moves as consultations over a broader political structure continue to gather momentum. Yes, Tola, that is the situation in the PDP. Well, we were talking on the APC earlier, talking about the consensus option being shaky, and and the today's APC knockout day, 30 governors, 88 senators, 242 reps, 2,620 others. They will know their fate today and the positions they are vying for. And now, see this one from the Vanguard about PDP, Governor Seyi Makinde declaring presidential ambition and unveil PDP APM alliance. So that is the situation with the PDP now, like I read earlier.
Okay, Governor Seyi Makinde will be running for president from all indications.
Yes.
Well, until they get to that rally and he formally declares that he wants to run for president, well, maybe it's still in the realm of speculations.
Because it was ready to hold on Thursday at the Makpo Hall, and I some details are flowing that stages are being erected. For tomorrow's tomorrow's event, if it really is that event.
And well, as for the consensus thing, but I've always said it, and it's my own personal opinion here. I do not know. This consensus seems to tear apart and to destroy more than build. For me, why don't you I don't know why
that's their popularity.
People are afraid of competition, why they're afraid of contest. This is the thing that pulls down political parties, and the politicians, they don't seem to be seeing it. Most of the time, what they call consensus equals to manipulations, equals to imposition. Some powerful elements within the party coming together. The Yorubas will say tabakwe ibirikoto atukwe birikoto. So some people, after the general house may have decided or may want a particular thing. Some people somewhere will go and sit somewhere and then decide that this is what we want, which may not be what the majority wants. So that is what the consensus is made of, at least in this part of the world when it comes to politics. So I do not know why the politicians prefers that which will tear them apart, which will bring down their party, which will make the party to implode. So I don't know why they are insisting on that, and it's not just the APC. It seems to be all of them, and this is what continues to tear them apart. Like I said, when you go to the field, even where we are not satisfied, you would have known that okay, we went to the field. Even if you have to go to court, you still have that sense of inclusion, that sense of inclusiveness, like I said, that okay, we contested together, and maybe the people just didn't pick me. So, but then when you are saying consensus, how would the person who has been turned down be so sure that if it had been on the field that it would not have been accepted?
Accepted, yes. I would not have won the primaries.
Well, they are the politicians. I guess they see more than we do. So, but then from what we see, it doesn't lead to anything good when you keep insisting on this consensus thing.
Yes.
And even where the other aspirants don't talk, even where the members of the party do not talk, it means they've been arm twisted. It means talking would mean trouble for them. So they just wait until the appropriate time. So to vent their spleen on whoever has been the considered favorite of the consensus deal.
Yes, this one here says ADC formed to destabilize Nigeria. That is according to the Senate leader. The Senate leader, Senator Bayemi Bamidele, yesterday described the African Democratic Congress ADC as a political platform formed to undermine the interests of the Yoruba people and destabilize Nigeria's political structure. He represents Ekiti Central Senatorial District, and he stated this in Egede Ekiti while addressing party supporters in Irepodun, Ifelodun local government during a campaign tour for the re-election bid of Governor Abiodun Oyetunji. Who and who formed the ADC? Is it not them, themselves, the politicians?
Does he even think people will listen to him, to what he's saying? He should find other things to make to use as his campaign points. And I've seen something in this part of the world, Bimbo, when politicians, at times like this, in the run-up to the general elections, the politicians come and the campaign points is always the same.
Yes.
Bringing down whichever the other party, bringing down the ruling party, bringing down other parties that they consider to be a threat to them. They say all sorts of, especially about the ruling party, they say all sorts of things. They try to mudsling each other, and then you don't see much of constructive points in their campaigns. You don't see, rather, except for the usual promises that they make, which they never keep. So I don't know why Senator Bamidele cannot think of any other thing than to begin to castigate the APC because he thinks that a threat to him, to his own ambition. And that is the only thing he can think of at that campaign ground. So I don't know why he feels that people will believe him. Nigerians are no longer stupid. Maybe initially they played on the gullibility of Nigerians to get where they are. So if he's going to be re-elected, it's not because he has maybe, well, I don't know what he has been able to do for his people there. I don't know how popular he is. So if he's going to be re-elected, it's not going to be on the premise on the fact that he has castigated the ADC. It's because the people want him. That is what he must begin to realize, and he must begin to come up with more sensible campaign points. He's saying really. So his own party has not destabilized anything. His own party that has destabilized the lives of Nigerians.
Yes.
The Nigerian economy. They say they are building the economy, but that looks more like destabilization. Insecurity. Destabilizing the security and safety of Nigerians, destabilizing the health sector, destabilizing the education sector. Because I say this because nothing works. That is why I'm using the exact word that he used for the ADC, for his own party too. That destabilization that is alleging others of doing to Nigeria. I think his own party has done much worse to Nigeria. Maybe they meant well, and I want to believe they meant well, but in the process it looks as if they are not even looking at the impact of their harsh economic reforms, and only for them to come out and say that Nigeria is working and that everything is okay, and that we need magnifying glasses to see that everything is okay.
The special magnifying glasses, I can't remember that name now. That coinage, can't remember it now.
You should just go and sit down if he doesn't have anything to say. All right, insecurity. Oh, the article because says Nigeria is under siege. Asks federal government to treat security collapse as a national emergency. Well, at least it's offering a solution here. It's said to treat it as a national emergency. But isn't it already a national emergency?
Well, yes, national emergency. Still talking security here now. Another, I don't understand. Plateau again. Plateau State. Plateau attacks. Eyewitnesses recount horror as over 52 die in renewed killings within 1 month. And grief, fear, and uncertainty now hang heavily over rural communities in Barkinladi, Riom, and Bassa, local government areas of Plateau State, following renewed attacks that have claimed no fewer than 52 lives within 1 month. And from burnt houses to abandoned farmlands and mass burials, survivors say many communities are now living through one of the darkest periods in recent years. And the latest wave of attacks began on April 6, 2026, and continued into May with several communities coming under attacks at different times. And a survivor from Nding community in Barkinladi, LGA, Mr. Angelo Dong, who narrowly escaped being killed during a recent attack this month, recounted the terrifying moments of gunmen's invasion of his village. I can imagine what kind of trauma those people that escaped miraculously will be going through now. I can imagine kind of going through hell and surviving.
And while those people you mentioned are going through hell, the probability is that anytime those who send them to that hell on earth are apprehended, or they willingly turn themselves in, they will be treated like kings, like princes and princesses, in the name of reintegration, in the name of reforms, by these wicked politicians. And you see them when they come out looking like there was a picture, some of them, that the so-called reintegration program some times ago, the picture was splashed on the front page of a national newspaper, and they were looking very robust. Like I said on this platform, they were looking like local government council chairman.
Yes, they wore babarigas and
looking very and whereas at that same time their victims were in the IDP camps, in penury, hunger, and they were still being attacked even in those IDP camps. Their children were dying of malnutrition and disease, and you keep wondering, whether justice in this country?
Yes.
In the meantime, Governor Caleb Muftwang of Plateau State has banned night mining and grazing. Now, the governor has done the needful, he has done the right thing, but you will see, like I said, some of these thoughtless politicians criticizing him, saying that he is the cause of the problems in the Plateau State, simply because he has banned grazing, and he has banned, especially grazing, he has banned night mining. Governor Caleb Muftwang of Plateau State has banned night grazing and mining activities in the night, as well as directing that all mining operations must end by 5 p.m. daily as part of measures to fight raging insecurity in the state. The governor gave the directive during a sympathy visit to the Nding community in the Barkinladi local government area, where bandits struck and killed several people recently. Addressing residents of the area, Muftwang also announced prohibition of grazing by underage children, urging parents and livestock owners to take responsibility for proper cattle management. The governor, who said the state would not surrender to violence or criminality under its administration, directed security agencies to intensify efforts towards identifying and prosecuting those behind the recent attacks, and assure residents that the government will continue to strengthen the security architecture to guarantee lasting peace and stability. This was also what his predecessor tried to do, and like I said, some of these thoughtless politicians, wicked politicians, were criticizing him, and some of them are governors from a particular part of the country, and there are people, they are mostly those who perpetrate this crime, so they were blaming the victims. I've never, Nigeria is the only country that I see where the victim gets blamed. where you are killed and you are blamed for your own death. Yes, and you get blamed, and your killer is exonerated. They justify the killings.
And then, still from Plateau State now, gunmen invade Plateau community, kill 2 family members. Well, in this Plateau State, I don't know what is really happening in that village. Well, like you said, you always say, and these politicians, they are not trustworthy. Gunmen suspected to be bandits operating in Plateau State that have attacked Kogot village in Vom district of Jos South local government area of the state, killing 2 members of the same family. And Jerry Badung, a member of the community, said the attack occurred about 11 p.m. on Monday. The victims were identified as Ngo Badung, 78, and Mr. Danjuma Badung, 52.
Let's have this commercial break. We'll be back.
Almighty God said, it is not good for a man to be alone. He must have a companion. And God blessed them and said to them, breed and multiply and replenish the earth. Make the world better. That is the miracle of marriage. Now, we are happy to announce the political marriage of PDP and APM. That is going to usher in a new era, beneficial to all. We therefore invite all good people of Oyo State, all members of APM and PDP, our friends and associates, good citizens, to come and witness the formal declaration at the Unity Mega Rally, Ibadan 2026, Grand Alliance of People's Democratic Party, PDP, and Allied People's Movement, APM, on Thursday, 14th May 2026, at 10 a.m. prompt, at the iconic Makpo Hall, Ibadan. Come and see the new wonder of this great cassava farmer with umbrella protection. Surely the harvest is protected and assured, and everybody will prosper. Remember, Makpo Hall on Thursday, 14th May, 10 a.m. PDP and APM marriage. Be there.
Conversation. Alright, we're back, and there's still conversation on Oluyole 98.5 FM.
Yeah, Tola still talking security now. I mentioned that Plateau State, we don't know what is happening in Plateau State. And nothing is being done. Muftuwang, the governor, is, to me, he's just talking. Nothing is being done.
He doesn't have the means to do anything, but just like his predecessor, he can only make those pronouncements. With his predecessor, even those pronouncements were not obeyed. That was when the killings were intensified, and his predecessor was also being blamed for trying to protect his own people. They were blaming him. The federal authorities and some of the governors from that particular part of the country that I mentioned were busy blaming him for trying to protect his own people. So maybe this time around, if he gets the needed support, especially from the federal authorities, he doesn't control the police, he doesn't control
the army, the military, and then DSS, doesn't control
and there is just as much as the local militias can do. And in any case, the local militias are even busy fighting themselves and not fighting the common enemy.
Yes. Now, this one says we're talking about overwhelming now. 72 killed as military bombs Zamfara market. They stole over 100, according to Amnesty International, and the defense headquarters have said there were no civilian casualties. No fewer than 72 people were reportedly killed after a military airstrike hit Tumfa market in Zomi local government area of Zamfara state on Sunday, according to the AFP. And citing a community leader, the AFP reports that some of the victims' bodies were blown beyond recognition, and the actual death toll is hard to establish at the moment. Everybody, residents and bandits, goes to the market. People are at the mercy of bandits. There is nothing they can do, Garuba Mashema told the AFP, and a local source told the news wire service that the Tumfa market is controlled by bandits, and that some of those killed were young girls selling millet porridge and tofu in the market.
I'm beginning to get worried about this new trend by the military, this new strategy by the military. So once bandits are domiciled somewhere among civilians, that means that gives you the right to attack a market and kill everyone in sight. Now, in the first place, how did bandits get to control that market? That speaks to the failure of governance. That speaks to the failure of authority. How did so now in those communities where bandits are in control, where they have hoisted their flag, and there are quite many in northern Nigeria where people are made to pay levies to these bandits. So we should be expecting that the Nigerian Air Force would in the next few weeks or months or thereabouts wipe out those communities too, because bandits have taken over. So who and who did not do their jobs to the extent that bandits are able to take over major markets? So assuming by northern Nigeria now, and a place like Bodija Market is being run by bandits. So with the crowd of traders that goes to Bodija Market every day, with the crowd of customers that go there to buy things every day, and with the crowd of commercial vehicles, Marua and all that. So simply because it is the place is now under the control of bandits, you would wipe out that market and kill everyone in sight, regardless of who they are. I think that is I'm annoyed this morning. It should be revised, and I do not want to use strong words on air, but that is for me ineptitude on the part of the military, and they expect us to clap for them for doing this. Yes, for murdering innocent civilians. It's murder, and they are claiming that no civilian casualties. I am not too sure about that. So if we have the breakdown of governance and the breakdown of authority such that bandits can take over, and while these bandits, it's not as if the government did not know while this was building up, while bandits were busy taking over communities and markets. People were shouting, but no one listened. Yes. So it was very convenient. Of course, we have the DSS, we have other local we have intelligence services operating at the local level. They saw this thing unfolding, they turned the other way. So now that the markets are fully, or the communities are fully in control of the bandits, and maybe people probably pay levies to operate, to be allowed to access the market. So the next thing for you to do, so that is the best form of it. So in that particular situation, the terrain is not difficult. The terrain of an open market is very convenient to bomb, very easy to bomb. But where the bandits camps are actually located, one I think a former minister now unintelligently told us that the forest is too thick. Yes, so they cannot penetrate. But the markets are open. That bombs cannot penetrate. But since the markets are open, their bombs can penetrate markets. So I don't. Okay, let's assume that there was a breakdown in governance and breakdown in authority, and criminals are able to take over major markets. Let's assume, fine, that has happened. Is it the only thing the authorities can think of? Is it the only thing they can think of? Just that blanket bombing, kill everyone. That is the only thing they can think of. They cannot think of anything else. So they cannot think of engaging the community leaders. Okay, tell your people to evacuate. Yes. Do not go to those markets. And whatever. So there are ways of doing these things. Yes. There are ways of doing these things. But like I said, the fact that those bandits took over the market, who is to blame? Those people, they are helpless. They do not. There is nothing they could have done. Yes. When they call out to the authorities, and they have to leave, they have to make a living. They will starve. They might not be even able to call out to the authorities because they will be afraid of monitoring. Yes. But I'm talking about before it got to that stage, before we were effectively in control. Now the bandits are effectively in control. You, the government, you are nowhere to be seen. So you expect them to starve and not make a living. You expect them not to eat. So by the time you the government now showed up, it is with bombs from the sky. You are raining down fire from the sky to kill everyone in sight. Yes, including civilians, innocent civilians. Well, like you said, many ways to go about the the purported attack. I mean, the attack on these criminals, yes, that are taking over communities around the country. Now this is from the Ogun State angle here.
Ogun State Police Command on Tuesday confirmed the abduction of 3 members of a family by suspected gunmen at Ikpojo. I'm not sure whether I'm right about that pronunciation. Ikpojo Golden Estate, Okeeri in Ijebu, the area of the state. And the victims were reportedly abducted around 7 p.m. on Monday when about 15 armed men invaded the community. And the spokesperson for the State Police Command, DSP Oluyole Babashe, confirmed the incident to Punch reporters, saying the command had activated tactical and intelligence operations to rescue the victims and apprehend the perpetrators. Let's hope that comes to pass.
Bimbo, those perpetrators, I don't believe they are the ones that speak fully. I don't believe they are the usual ones from a particular part of the country that perpetrate these crimes. It's more likely to be our own people.
Yes.
From what I'm seeing here. And that is what the angle and the investigation should tilt towards. Because, of course, people are seeing, criminal-minded people are seeing that this trade is very lucrative. Kidnapping for ransom is very sweet. If it's sweeter than armed robbery for those who are doing it, for those who are engaging in it. So more people, especially young people, want to engage in it, regardless of where they come from, regardless of which part of the country they come from. And the fact that people who do it usually get away with it, and when they are caught, they get a pat on the head and the name of reintegration and reformation or whatever. So of course, like I always say, in Nigeria, it's okay to be a criminal as long as you're on the right side. In Nigeria, the authorities give us the impression that crime does pay.
Well, some residents around the area said they never imagined that such an incident could happen in that community. And because she said they were caught unawares, and well, in the considered peaceful and developed area.
Britain won't interfere in Nigeria's 2027 election, says British envoy. Oh, really?
So what about the Chatham House saga?
I was about saying that of course, they will soon start having summons to Chatham House.
Chatham House. The contestants will now be coming one by one, to say some things, in quotes.
But Bimbo, supposing I want to run for president, and I happen to be real grassroots, and real grassroots would mean me not having much money. Assuming that people have contributed, the Owoniru, Owalata, and they contributed to buy me the nomination form. And and other things too. And we are struggling to put other things in place that require funding for my campaign elections. Now, I do not have money to travel abroad. I've never been abroad. And they're asking me to come to Chatham House.
Maybe the Chatham House itself, the management will contribute money for you to come.
Because from what I saw last time, Bimbo, it would amount to political suicide for any major contender not to honor the summons to Chatham House. And it's not as if they won't summon us directly, Bimbo. We go there
ourselves
to lick the backside of the whites of the British. And
we go there to just give some statements, some slicky statements that are not, they are detrimental to the development of the country.
But we are fine, they are former colonial masters, but I also wonder why don't they, when they want to elect the British Prime Minister, why don't they come to our own Institute for Policy and Strategic Studies? Why don't they come visiting? And then we also, since we are supposed to have that bilateral relations and for the purpose, and then we do care about who leads in our respective countries. So why don't they also come to
they will not come.
NIPSS,
NIPS, Kuru. They will not come because they tag us as a developing country.
Oh, okay.
Developing country.
And on 2027, your APC leaders endorsed Adelabu's gubernatorial bid as he officially declares ambition in Ibadan.
Yes.
Right, let's open the phone lines. We have our first caller here.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Sir Joe Michael.
Yes, sir. I'll give myself credit for my role. I usually love the way you analyze over there. The God bless you.
Amen.
Yes, the issue of Mr. Michael I don't know. These people they just wake up, or maybe they don't. I don't want to use our language because I don't know the way they did. So they are the one that destabilize. So that's why they want to destabilize the ADC too. They show the caution about what they will be saying. God bless you, my brothers. Passing as that one.
Thank you very much. Yeah, 0055009850 or 07055551985. Hello, good morning.
Good to
have you, sir.
God bless you, sir. Honestly, it has reached the point when people are no longer interested in calling you to express their
Can you turn down the volume of your radio? Can you turn down the volume of your radio?
Okay,
all right.
sir. Are you not hearing me?
All right.
Okay. This is because there are no more good news. What we hear and read in the national dailies every day has to do with killings, gruesome killings of innocent people by bandits in a country with constituted authority. Though, as some people may believe, Donald Trump might have some ulterior motives by taking special interest in the happenings in Nigeria. But however, he is more concerned with Nigerian issues than our own president, Why? We will be sitting down comfortably at Aso Rock, doing nothing. When some of his immediate family members were involved in the killing, like in the cases of Plateau and Benue States. The topmost priority of this government is far, far away from providing welfare services and security for the people of this country, except mobilization of people, either by hook or crook, to win election. Another area of interest of Tinubu is loan processing. Another $1.25 billion is on the way. For how long will this continue? Is this the reason why he was voted to power? Good morning, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Well, I agree with you, Mr. Kobiadebayo. Ulterior motive or not, the American president does seem to be more interested in the problems of Nigeria than our own leader. It is sad to admit.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good to have you. A popular record what he said on this program before. We should not be proud of bombing our marketplaces and all that. But we seem some good things happen. The government seems to be happy. And people are coming out to say, it's collateral damage and all that. I said, it happens elsewhere too. But one thing is, they are not proud of it. They don't mention it. But we seem to be happy. We pump the terrorists, the babies, with pregnant women, with market women, and we are happy about it. It's not good. It's not something that is, it shows you are lazy. And one thing about our government is that over the years, and this government is that we always look for easy way out. We don't want to do anything at all. We just want to wish our problem away. Let the problem just go. As government, we don't want to see the problem again. And governance is not like that. Governance is you working towards a goal. And that goal is achieved with your work and your intelligence. That is how the government works. Yes. Now, look at what happened. A minister, I think it was a minister, a governor in Borno State, saying, I think the deputy governor of Borno State saying that the better for Quran shared with the Quran. Because that is why they forgive them. They say they are alive with that. Even if they go against the odds, God will punish them. I say, look at the statement from a leader. You are talking to monkeys. Look at this one talking. If there is someone swear with the Quran, so I said, I will not do it again. So if he does it again, then God will punish him. I pity this country. Tutu said something in 2012 when some terrorists were captured. He said it's not my job. It's my job to send them to God's way. He decided not to forgive them. My job is to send them to God. Then God decides. Then on the issue of Chatham and British and saying they are not wanting it, we always find a way of going there. We want to appease our master. That's what you said. That's what we always do. So, this British colonized America, they colonized China. Have you seen Chinese or American president going there to, or India going there to looking for what they want? But here, we always look for, because we are, even when just visited Trump some weeks ago, Trump was telling me to say that, jokingly, he said, thank God for America. British by now would have been speaking German, because Germany would have warned them. So it's a joke, but he knows what he's saying. I think that's a slight indicator that 200 years ago too, the American vote has existed. That the British are ahead. You know, you are proving your security. So thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Maybe what that governor who asked the Boko Haram to swear by the Holy Quran does not know is that the Boko Haram are and were never Muslims. So even them touching the Quran, my opinion here, I think it's a desecration of that holy book. Even those elements touching the Quran, they were never Muslims. So they will gladly swear because they are not going to be swearing in sincerity. And even the God we serve does not, even when He forgives, that does not mean that He won't punish you for what you did.
Yes.
He could forgive you, but that doesn't mean He won't punish you for what you did.
In some way, He will punish you. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Hello, sir.
Good morning.
Hello.
Hello, good morning. Good morning. We can hear you.
Good morning, Mr. Tola, Mr. Bimo.
Good morning.
My name is Abba Bifabu. I speak from Oluyole.
Good to have you, sir.
On this security issue, this is only always in disagreement with Mr. Tola. That we are going to fix the security aspect. Have you not seen all the aggression of the world now? That is of our security service, the military in particular, and even those who have to call our leaders. Where is the magic in fixing security in Nigeria? It's so unfortunate. So not under this present government, that's that. As that big atom house thing, Nigeria is not independent. If we look at our economy, it's being controlled by the IMF. They give us loan from time to time. That even on that, they will tell you who is going to be a minister of finance in Nigeria. So where is the independence in Nigeria now? Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, the program is still Conversation on Oluyole FM 98.5 in Ibadan. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
This is Dr. Ayulabu calling from Atlanta.
Good to have you, sir.
I have to confirm what is happening with it too. Yesterday, if you look at the two motors crowd with Pankele Abdulabu, you see that the party is standing to be defeated again. What do I mean? Senator Shafa has his own people, and they are large number. The same thing happened to what is gone in Pankele's account. Now, why is it that they cannot solve a minor, let me say, an issue within themselves? In Ogun State, they have a consensus candidate. The same thing happened in Lagos. It is only in the State that they will fight to lose. It's not good. The leaders, they should come together and sit together to make sure that they have a consensus candidate. And what is happening now? Anybody who has spent lavishly and is the long way during the primary, now he will continue to call the will of progress for the party. It's not good enough. Let them have a common name and make sure that they choose a candidate. That is why I have sympathy and concern for the party. The leaders should stood as they should stand above expectation. Now, on security. In fact, what is going on presently, nobody is so happy about the situation. Because if you look at the rules some people are giving, don't identify yourself, don't put any tag on your vehicle when you are going out, don't go out in the evening. And in Nigeria and before, you can go as far as Borno State during the night. Even people like to be traveling in the night. But now see what is happening. Now, our students are going around the country, even not only students. In fact, I had to go and get a sort of certificate on one website in Ijebu. But daily, they kidnap people with that to Ijebu Road. So this one is giving concern to Nigeria.
Thank you very much,
Dr. Ayelabudu.
Yes, the program is still conversation, and local vigilante operatives foiled an attempt robbery and vandalism attack on the newly installed 132 kVA power substation located at Temidewe Akpeja along the Ikirun Road in Obumasho, Oyo State. Yes, well.
I know, Bimbo, I'm still on that story about the market bombing. I'm also wondering, Bimbo, if security agencies could attack, could raid students' hostels, could raid other places, could raid big parties,
yes.
Just in search of criminals.
Yeah.
So how come they cannot go into those markets and pick up those criminals,
those suspected criminals
that are not in hiding? That the best. Well, I don't know what it is like over there, but then the best they can do is to go and rain fire from the sky,
markets and killing innocent citizens, innocent marketers, civilians.
If the Nigerian Customs Service can go into those same markets and to be looking for rice and ururu, the name that they are contraband and hauling them from the warehouses.
Yes, like they did so many years ago in Ibadan here. Fine, let's try this one more call. The program is conversation. Yes, just one more call.
070-5555-1985. I think we should go. Check your time is 7:30. Been an interesting time on conversation, and we will be back same time tomorrow morning, God willing. My name is Tola Teriba.
And my name is Bimbo Akombi. Thank you very much for listening. Enjoy your day. Sportive Bits is next.
Conversation.
From the city of Ibadan, the home of ancient warlords, in the Pacesetter state, this is Oluyole FM 98.5 Ibadan.
Unstoppable, unbeatable.
Yes, good morning, sports fans. Wednesday morning, right here from the live studios of Oluyole 98.5 FM, the champion style, and of course, we are live from the ancient city of Ibadan, the mother station, as we broadcast to the world, and we bring you your breakfast sports show on radio. I'm your host, Toby Ajewole. I report duty. And on the menu, it's a jam-packed program. This morning, update from basketball, update from volleyball, athletics.